We players, what's up? Welcome to the room. Euro is in play. FX Prime is currently long the euro. We're long the euro from the 1363 SIG level that we talked about last night. What is up? Thank you for the hearts. Welcome to the room where we smash pips every single day. If you're new to the room, good morning, Jay. Nice. Nice. Diaz, what's up? Mason, what's up? Remember I talked about that 1363 SIG level last night on the last scope. You see how the price is up? Nice. Drop off the kids at school and trading. I love it. Jess, welcome to the room. Guys, we are watching the euro in play right now. Prime is long the euro. Thank you for the invites. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for following along as we kill pips on a daily basis. Right now, guys, we have 3 markets open. Frankfurt, London, and New York getting their game on. Next price target would be the next SIG level at 1389. So unless the algorithm turns, that is our goal. You could take it at this 1377 fib. Actually, no, this 1377 is another SIG level right here. So this is a SIG level. Do you see how the price goes through the fib and right to the SIG level? Get some invites, guys. 4 people in this room. Come on, man. Come on, man. Where are the people at that want to take some pips? I'm not understanding it. I'm not understanding it. Who that? Eddie, what up? Guys, I'm still sending out the emails. If it hasn't made its way to your inbox yet, it will soon. It will soon. Hashtag boom. Hashtag candlestick boner. Let's get it. Top of the morning to you as well, my friend. Yeah. Candlestick is in motion, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting after it. Getting after the pips this morning. Hashtag pip slayers. Getting after it this morning, guys. Come on, candlestick. Hit that friggin' SIG level. I want a nice big candlestick. That's what we're about. We're about time under tension. A lifting concept we are applying to the financial markets. We are applying to the financial markets. We are long from this 1363 level, guys. John, how are you? Good morning. I'm alright with it. I'm alright with it. As long as Prime's okay with it, I'm okay with it. If you want to take profits, guys, at this level, 1388, if you're a conservative trader, take profits at the 1388 level. This is the 1 hour chart. So what you're watching is the euro gaining versus the USD. Nice, Mason. Nice. The brief description, we went long at 1363. We're taking profits at 1389, 1388. This is a SIG level. The trade in play has been captured by my algorithm, which employs artificial intelligence to determine the entries and exit points of the Euro USD. It's kind of like magic, only better. It's kind of like magic, only it's not trickery of the eyes here. This shit is real. What you're watching, real. Don't stop believing, as Journey would say. Do not stop believing. The candlestick going. So guys, as I was saying, since 8 a.m. this morning, when New York opened, now we're seeing a lot of play in the market because we've got 3 markets open right now. Very, very good for the volatility, and this is what we're attempting to capture here with the algorithm, is the maximum amount of pips and the minimum amount of time. The definition that I call force, okay? So basically, when there's a lot of players in the market, the incidences of volatility increase. We get the faster moves, the bigger candlesticks, and Prime attempts to capture those large candlesticks. So, who's in this play right now besides Mason? Cool. Eddie's in the play, Mason's in the play. So guys, just keep in mind that if you're going to place your sell order at the 1388 SIG level, place it at 1387 or 1386, because all of the orders are on either side of that. Does that make sense? You see that right now people are taking profits at the Fibonacci level that was drawn from last week. That's the 1386. Yeah, no problem, Jay. You'll learn. Just keep dropping into the room, and you'll learn the terminology. Hit up Baby Pips for the basics. Yeah. You know, it's a process. This is not something that's learned overnight. It took me 10 years essentially to gain my alpha. And so, you know, the long play is, of course, putting time into it. Alright, we're at 1387, so if you guys had the sell orders in, they should be executing right now. Alright, so you guys should have taken out profits right now. So that was an easy 25 pips this morning. Alright, you guys see how that worked? Alright, now that we've hit the SIG level, the price is likely to retrace, even if it keeps going upward, even if we keep going higher. Because we've hit the SIG level, where a lot of the algorithms have the sell orders to take profits off this long, we're likely to retrace before the next candle. Does that make sense? Got some Arabic hip hop in the house. I'm pumped, boy. I'm pumped. Fuck this. I'm going to Dubai. So, that was an easy 25 pips this morning, guys. I'm doing the pip dance if you can't see me. The candlestick boners are a lot more interesting. I'll tell you that though. Diaz, do you keep getting booted, man? Alex, welcome to the room. We're taking pips. We're killing pips. Every pip owes me money. Every pip owes me money. Ah, gotcha, buddy. Yeah, I hate when that happens. You would think that Periscope has, something in the app that pings the interface every once in a while to keep the screen from going to sleep, right? Hey, you know what that means? Diaz, that means just you need to give some hearts, baby. If you give some hearts, that screen won't fall asleep, baby. Jump into your settings and lengthen the amount of time that it takes your screen to go to sleep. And then also give some hearts. That would be my recommendations. All right. Yeah, no problem, Jay. No problem. Get that cash, baby. You got to have risk capital before you can actually risk it, right? So, guys, when we look at this and we think that, this is just easy money, no part of it is easy. Just to get the capital to play this game, you need to be in it. And everybody, whoa, look at that pop. Nice. I still think because we went through that SIG level, we're going to get retracement before we really get higher. Awesome, Jay. Awesome. Tear it up, buddy. Did you email me? info@fitbusinessman.com so you can get in the beta. Only the people that email me are going to get the link to go into the beta. John, good morning. info@fitbusinessman.com. Make sure you email me if you're interested in getting in the beta for the alerts. All right. Yeah. I just took your Forex mentor and spanked his ass. I took your Forex mentor. His ass gets spanked. His ass gets spanked. Guys, the trade is in play. That's all I gotta say. The candlestick never lies, baby. The candlestick never lies. And again, if any of you guys are new in this room, I have a standing call out to any Forex mentor. If you can get just half the pips that we take on a daily basis, I will personally come onto the scope and tell every one of my followers that you've got some alpha, you've got some game. I will personally do that. It's a standing call. It's not going to get removed. But I don't see anybody stepping up to the call, so I keep firing the shot. No, I'm very independent, John. And people will pop in the room not knowing that, the last, 35 catch videos on my account, we've taken like 700 pips over the course of those videos in the last week and a half. Come on, dude. We're already up over 400 pips this week. We're already up over 400 pips this week. But the trolls, alas, will come into the room and they will try to get their 2 cents in. Dude never traded a fucking lot in his life. Yeah, no problem, man. If you're new to the room, that's not a problem. Right now, Forex is hot because there's a lot of wannabe wanksters trying to play the fucking Forex markets that keep popping in the room, trying to sell me a harmonica scanner, trying to sell me a musical instrument to play the Forex markets, trying to pop in the room and troll. It's the truth, man. I'm surprised he didn't say, but do you have a harmonica scanner? Yeah, you took 420 pips so far this week, but do you have a harmonica scanner? And actually, right now the count is 425 pips, and that's not even counting what we played from last night. That's just this candle with all the other days. Oh, I have no idea. They're not taking pips like this, though. I can guarantee you that. All right, U.S. equity markets are open. Yeah, I'm not concerned with those guys because here's the thing. You cannot do multi-level marketing with Forex. Why? Because Forex takes skill. You cannot recruit skill en masse. Does that make sense? I mean, it's like walking into a room in your classroom and trying to recruit professional football players. I mean, there might be a guy in there that can actually play football, but you can't recruit professionals en masse. You just can't. And Forex takes professionals. You got to put some skin in the game and some time into it. Right. When you can do it independently. Well, they try to I'll tell you why. Because they're not making money trading. They're only making money by recruiting people into the company. Which is exactly why Bill Ackman shorted Herbalife, because Herbalife was making more money off of the recruitment process than the actual sales of their service or product. That is called a Ponzi. Now, if you want to offer a referral system for a product or service, there's nothing wrong with that. But the second your company is making more money off of the recruitment than the sale of the service or product, you have essentially a Ponzi. The service or product must always be the core of any company or business, not the recruitment process or the referral process. You know, just like if you work a regular 9 to 5 at any company and you bring in good talent, you get a finder's fee for bringing in the talent. There's nothing wrong with that. But can you imagine a company that was making more money off of bringing in talent than the sale of their product or service? That doesn't make sense. Exactly. When the recruitment becomes the core of your existence is over. But that's my issue with that. You cannot recruit Forex players en masse. Certain people are not built for this game. There are levels to this shit. And the levels are 99% lose and 1 to 2% kill it. Sorry, I didn't see that comment. That is statistical straight across the board. 98 to 99% will lose at this game. 1 to 2%, and the people that follow the 1 to 2% will win and win big. And that's just the way it goes. John, it depends on the amount of leverage that a company brokerage will give you. Different brokerages have different amounts of leverage that they give you. But you could start off controlling mini lots of 10,000 units with a $1,000 account. I probably don't suggest anything less than that because you're going to have to leverage up too high and the losses will occur much quicker. You won't be able to actually gain traction. But Forex has just as much leverage, if not more, than any other market. And right now, because the volatility is so extreme in the Forex markets, the opportunity is there. What do you mean 1 to 2%? I never mentioned 1 to 2% for anything. We made 20% yesterday. I mean, most people made 20% yesterday on a mini lot. Depending on your leverage. My goal is every day to take between 50 and 150 pips from the market. Now, not every day allows that. Today, this was a nice candlestick. I don't know what the rest of the day is going to be like. Yeah, auto traders are shit. Don't fall for the lie of auto traders. Who said 1 to 5%? What's 1 to 5%? Look up Knight Capital. The best auto trading unit in the world. Used to be right in Jersey City. Until they started losing $10 million a minute. You don't have to be a math genius to realize that losing $10 million a minute because your algorithm went haywire is not good. By the time they found which server the code that was executing the so-called rogue orders was on, they had lost $450 million in a day. Oh, of your total capital. Yeah, that's a good way to avoid getting B-booked. So yeah, obviously, your broker has the ability to measure. Let me lower this a little. Your broker has the ability. You see the retracement that I'm talking about, guys? This SIG level. Do you see how the candle always retraces after it goes through the SIG level? All right, you got to pay attention to that. It's a recurring thing. Now, when it comes to your broker, you got to realize that your broker has access to the total amount of money that you have in your account, right? They can see how much money you have in your account. Mason killing it. You see that, guys? Look at that. Bam, leverage. Now, your broker can determine that if you have X amount of dollars in your account and you're risking Y amount, and Y is too great in relation to X, your broker will take the other side of your trade and bet against you because they see you as being a novice trader because you're going too leveraged. And your broker knows by statistics that people who over leverage their account tend to lose quicker and faster. So that's why they take the other side of your trade. That's called B booking. I'll explain. The members will have that process explained in detail in the back end. Generally, the smaller your leverage, the better, because your brokerage will in fact take the other side of your trade and bet against you as you get more leveraged versus your account size. People that over leverage generally do not have alpha. They're going for what's called the airplane trade. You know what that means? That means you take a bunch of money, or however much you can afford, and you put it on a single bet. And then you get on the airplane, because if it goes awry, the police are going to be coming after you. Supposedly that's where the term came from, because people were placing these huge bets, and then they weren't working out, and then they knew they were going to get fired, so they just take an airplane to somewhere else before anybody found out. But essentially, if you take highly leveraged trades, I'm sure some of them work out. I mean, in theory, you have a 50-50 chance of choosing the correct direction. The question is that, you know, do you place the trade at the right time? You know, like now would not be the time to go long on this candle. The time to go long was much earlier, when the candle first started popping. You know, so timing is everything when it comes to trading. And that's where the expertise comes in, is in knowing when and when not to place your bet, and when not to remove your bet. But in general, traders who leverage high don't believe in their strategy, or don't have a strategy. Because if you have a repeatable strategy, you do not leverage. You understand that math controls your fate, and compounding occurs when instances can be repeated. Instances of alpha can be repeated and leveraged into a trading process that creates compounding. And that only occurs if you have alpha. Kevin Flum in the house. We're trading to Kevin Flum on the mic. Next target, Mason. At this point, I usually wait until the next signal, because Prime is essentially saying, when we hit a sig level, everyone and their mother is taking profits. Now, if we want to burst through this sig level and head to the next, it's usually going to happen on the next candle. So, next candle forms in approximately 19 minutes. So, we have a 19-minute span here where there's going to be lollygagging in terms of price movement. Does that make sense to you guys? Good morning. So since we have this 19-minute period where there's probably not much to occur in terms of executable price movement, let's do a Q&A. Let's do like a quick 10-minute Q&A for the new guys. Good morning, good morning. I don't always like to show the candlesticks. You guys are obviously tracking that on your own profiles, in their own platforms, so to speak. Got the hustle mode shirt on. I like wearing this shirt when I trade, man. This shit ain't free. Hearts, people. Diaz, do not let that screen fall asleep. Man, is that why everybody gets kicked out? Because the screen falls asleep and Periscope kicks them out? John, don't worry about that. If you're new to the room, the thing that I can say is just honestly, just tag along. don't be so concerned with trying to learn everything all at once, so to speak. You know, this, like I said, this is a game that takes a while to master. This is a game that takes a while to master. There is no free lunch in this game, so to speak. So what I would like to see is the next candle. When the next candle forms, if Prime is still long, I would like to see us burst through the 1388 and head to the 1410 level, which is the next SIG level. And that would be the goal in a perfect world. I will tell you this. I do see, based upon other algorithms that I have running right now, this is likely to be a multi-candle effort upward. Alright, so I think long is the play from this point forward for the rest of the day. We're likely to get, at this SIG level, a retracement candle. The retracement candle is the entry point for the big players to head back higher. Okay? That retracement candle gets a lot of suckers. That's called the sucker play. When that candle retraces from the SIG level, a lot of people take that as a signal for a short. It's not a signal for a short. That is where the big money goes long. You got to understand that. Alright, the SIG level acts as a resistance level. When the price decreases, at this point, with the setup we got in the algorithm I have, you can open up a dummy account with so many brokers, right? It doesn't really matter who you do it with. It matters what platform you want to use. If you want to use the platform I'm using, that's TOS, that's Thinkorswim. Anyways, the retracement on this type of play, when we've got so much momentum going upward, the retracement is where the big money goes long. Understand that, guys? But from what I see, we've got a few hours of upside this morning. Starting this morning. This trade, we started our long play at about a little after 8:30. Staying focused and staying patient. Man, you a hater, you just hate greatness. Love that line. Love that line. Man, you're a hater, you just hate greatness. You know, some people are just gonna hate because you're fucking great. That's the end of the story. They don't care what you're great at, but some people just don't like to see other people win. If you don't believe you have the power to win yourself, every winner will offend you. Every winner will offend you. If you don't believe you have the power to win yourself, every winner you see will offend you. And the fact of the matter, and I keep saying this, guys, every single day, $5.5 trillion are exchanged in the New York market on Forex. If you were to make $1 million today, not a single person would fucking know it in the Forex market. No one would even know it. So if you think that, if you're lack programmed and you think that another person's win is your loss, it's just not true. There's too much money being printed right now for it to even matter. If you have alpha, you can win and so can other people. It's just the way it is. You can win and so can other people. Who are the losers? The losers are the people who sit the sidelines and don't invest in technology and don't invest in leverage. As long as you invest in technology and leverage, you're not going to lose. Not in the long term. As long as you control risk and you keep those two investments going, you eventually will find your alpha. Josef, hi from Sweden. I'm in New York. My name is Jay Salvati. I'm an algorithm designer. I am a trader. We are currently long the Euro USD. We took our profits at 1388, 1387 level, and now we're waiting for this candle to have a slight retracement before going long again. Alright, so I do believe that there's going to be a retracement back from this SIG level, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about shortly. I just want to look at a few more things besides my email. So at this point, there's two plays. You can go for a short scalp, which is the risk play, all right? Because we have not yet got the signal from Prime. So a risky play is going short at the 1388 SIG level. That's the risk play for the scalp. However, like I said, that is the equivalent of bending down to pick up a penny in front of a steamroller. You're not going with the trend at that point, unless you have the algorithm saying that that is the play. Get on my level. Dude, I love this. I love this guy, Kevin Flume. Alright. So the thing with an algorithm is that I don't try to necessarily predict where the market is going. I don't even try to predict levels of profit taking or entry or any of that. I let the algorithm do it. Jesus, come on. All right. All right. So guys, the play was we went long at 1363. We took profits at 1388, 1387, 1386 around this SIG level. Yeah, that's our goal, is just to sit back and collect. However, to get to this point, there was no sitting back. There was no resting to get to this point, guys. My number one fear with you guys entering the room is that you see this algorithm calling the plays, and you're like, man, this shit is easy. Man, this shit is easy. I'm getting me some Forex pips. Not the case, man. Definitely not the case. It took me 10 years to get to this point. So when it comes to, when it comes to the knowledge of when to enter and when to exit, it took me a decade to get to the point of where I could actually code this algorithm. Alright? So a lot of people are watching this and thinking, this shit looks easy, man. Alright? Either that or this shit is fake, man. Those are probably the two things that a new person is watching, is thinking. But I'll tell you what, neither of those is true. Neither of those is true. It's not easy and it's not fake. So in 10 minutes, guys, the next candle on the hourly chart is going to form. Right, virtual cash machine. You know, if I wanted to be the marketer that was the sleazeball marketer, I'd be like, oh, this shit's easy. Just log into your app and you make pips. It's like money raining, man. Not the case, man. Not the case. You could tag along. You could get the alerts. If you guys are interested in getting the beta alerts, info@fitbusinessman.com. Email me. Tell me your Periscope username. Tell me where you're at in your trading journey. Give me at least a one-paragraph background on yourself. And if I feel that you're a good fit, you'll get an email from me by the end of day explaining exactly how we're going to do the enrollment for the system. But the fact of the matter is that it is not easy, guys. What you're seeing here, people can't take alpha from the market on a regular basis like this. As a matter of fact, for the last 2 days, one of the biggest Forex mentors has, thank you Eddie, one of the biggest Forex mentors has blown up thousands of people's accounts in the last 2 days for making shit plays. And guess which algorithm made the right play? No, Mason, I'm still sending out emails, buddy. As soon as I get off this scope, I've got about only half of the emails out because I'm writing them by hand. How much can I make you? I can't make you anything, buddy. In this market, you eat your own kill or you eat nothing. I can't make you anything. However, if you'd like to tag along on my plays, then you can send an email to info@fitbusinessman.com I'm making an alert system public. So if you want to tag along with a professional trader who's using artificial intelligence to fucking murder the markets, email me at info@fitbusinessman.com. Tell me your Periscope username. And give me at least a 1-paragraph introduction as to where you are in your trading journey. Alright? Whether you're a beginner, etc., etc. So you see how stubborn this price level is being at the SIG. And the reason being is that we have two very important price levels here. We have the 50 Fibonacci level here at 1386. That's the 50 Fibonacci drawn from last week. And we have the SIG level that Prime has determined to be 1389. Now, it's probably not a coincidence that these two levels are very close to each other. This could just mean that there are a lot of people drawing bad fib lines. Right? They're only 3 pips apart, so maybe people that drew their fib lines didn't hit the exact high or low of the candles when they drew their fib from last week. And so we have what's called confluence in the price levels. If you don't know what confluence is, it's basically where multiple pivots or daily highs, daily lows, or fib levels overlap. And therefore, when that happens, you get a lot of people that place sells, stops, or order entries around those price levels. And so, a lot of people, because they try to hop on a momentum play, accidentally hop on the long around a SIG level, which is the worst possible place to hop on a long. If a candle starts off, say on this hourly candle, and hits a SIG level, so far the cases have been 100% of the time it retraces. 100% of the time there is a retracement through the SIG level. And so the person who went long and tried to hop on the momentum play is probably losing about 6 pips right now. And so if the retracement continues, they put their head down, they sell at a loss, and they're like, shit, I tried to hop on this momentum play and it didn't work out. But it's because you didn't understand the mechanics of the candle. It's because you didn't have the algorithm. Right. And I will tell you this. Bloomberg just published an article. You can go online and look at it. Alright, 10 a.m. Frankfurt markets are closing, guys. So right now you see that this retracement is occurring. This is a lot of players from Frankfurt leaving the market. You see how the retracement's coming? A lot of people in Frankfurt right now are selling their positions and calling it a day. You see the retracement happening right before your eyes. Come on, baby, give me some hearts. Ain't nobody giving you this information on Periscope. Not a single person has the balls to come on here and give this information. Nobody. Yeah, baby. So, yeah, I like that Ace Hood song, man. That's a good song. Let's get some Biggie and Tupac. Man, some people you just miss, man. Some people you just miss, right? I mean, what is it? 2 decades after the fact, and their lyrics are still relevant. And you can put their lyrics over any fucking beat and it's still relevant. That's when you know someone was a baller. That's when you know someone could spit in the game, right? Right. So guys, you see this, right? You see this retracement happening. This is the Frankfurt market closing out all their positions to go home. Call it a day. Bam, baby. Candlestick commentary on the candlestick boner. It's like giving play-by-play to a pip porno, baby. Come on, analogies in the house. You can't say you don't like my analogies, guys. Depends on the algo. Depends on the algo. But yes, once 10 o'clock hits, we're going to get a wave of order flow from algorithms. And within the next hour, by 11 o'clock, London will be closing. So you guys see how when different markets open, we've got a lot of shuffling of orders, a lot of people who have to cover their positions, whether they're at a gain or a loss. They still have to cover their positions. They have to close things out. You know, if they're going to hold until the next session, they have to get permission from whoever's working the floor, whoever's the head trader on the floor. Most traders do not get permission, so they must close out before they go home. Because overnight positions hold risk, and you got to understand that banks and institutions do not allow risk to get out of play. They just don't. They just don't. They have a risk manager overseeing the desk that will likely not give any okays to hold overnight positions. All right. 10 o'clock. New candle is in play. We are currently long. Now if we burst through this fib and the sig level, that's good, man. That's real good. But remember what I told you guys about the possible retracement. Right now we've got some good force in the market. If we burst through this level, it's a good thing. You see how this is occurring? All right? New candle forms, new orders flowing to the market. Come on, baby. New orders flowing into the market. I have to throw the shots across the bow because I don't see anybody giving this commentary, guys. But you see, even though we've got order flow, you see how this sig level is still being stubborn. It's a stubborn level, guys. But you want to see the cool part? Prime determined this level last week. Last week, man. Prime had determined this as a sig level last week, not today. Where's that guy that said I didn't? I mean, I know I kicked him out of the room, but I should have just let him keep running his mouth, saying that I didn't know shit about Forex. Bitch, your bank is hiring me. I don't know shit about Forex. Your local bank would love to hire me. Your local bank is salivating. Come on, baby. Ain't nobody giving these plays, man. All I ask for is shares and hearts. And then for you guys that are going to be on the alert program when we kick off that beta membership, man, oh man. The question is not how far we'll go, because there's not a limit to that. The question is how many people are coming along with us. That is the only question. The only question is how many people are coming along with us is the only question. Alright, so you see, bam, when we hit that fib level, you see that? That's the 61.8 fib level drawn from last Friday. Some sell orders came into the market. But guess what? We're going higher. We're going higher. We're probably going to this next SIG level. Unless the algorithm tells us otherwise, our next profit target is the 1410, which has been a very stubborn SIG level for prices on either side, both longs and shorts. I see you hating, so you know I gotta ask. You mad, bro? Tell me what you're mad for. Why are you gonna get mad at people gaining pips, man? That's nothing to get mad about. There's enough pips to go around. There are more than enough pips to go around. And what you gotta understand is that every pip owes us money. Every pip owes us money. Hashtag boom, guys. Hashtag pip killers. Hashtag candlestick boner. Welcome to the room, Pratt. Hashtag pip killers. I like it. Pip candy. I like that one. Pip candy. I like Pip Apocalypse. Kind of flows off the tongue. Pip Apocalypse. Sounds like a Sesame Street character, like Snuffleupagus. Pip Apocalypse. Hilarious, man. Hilarious. Alright, guys, so
believe that they can change the world, and it's my job to help them. It doesn't take
I'm waiting.
much to
Man, they
do.
gotta start playing new commercials on YouTube. You can't be playing the same commercial over and over again. Was this candle the chase? Huh? Now, what you gotta understand is that every time a candle retraces, alright, novice traders take profits. Alright? So the novice traders take profits upon the retracements, which is the exact wrong time to take the profits. And that's why we rely on an algorithm to decide when to take the profits or reverse position. Now, I want you guys to notice something. When Frankfurt closes, right, they close out. You see how a lot of order flow came into the market right after they closed. Alright, and then the retracement occurred after they hit the fib. That's not a mistake. They close out those positions, and London and New York know that most people that close out those positions are not doing so because it hit a certain target. They're doing so because of the time and the close of the market in Frankfurt. And so they know that a lot of those orders were not optimal. And so they push that price and then exit quickly for a quick 10 pips. And that's what you guys saw. Boom. 10, 15 pips. Boom. Right off the bat. You guys see the significance of the SIG level? Do you see how price keeps floating back to the SIG level? And so I sit here and sip my coffee, and when the algorithm tells us to change positions, that's when we'll do it. No matter what the volatility is showing, no matter what's showing on the screen, I'm going to trust that the algorithm is going to tell me when to change positions, when to close out the position. All right? No emotion involved in this trade, because I know that over the course of time, an algorithm that can routinely take 100 pips out of the market is going to know more about the current price situation from a statistical standpoint than what I can see in terms of my naked eye. Okay? My gut feeling will not overtake this algorithm under no circumstances. So you can't make the decisions, even if the volatility, even if there was a spike downward. Remember I told you guys that most of the big players are going to get into the game when there's a spike downward, and we've got a nice long-term setup like this. Unless the algorithm switches course, we stay the course. It doesn't mean that we're going to get every single, pip. But we will take the lion's share. We will take the lion's share over the course of the long term. We will take the lion's share of the pips. So you see, the only algorithms that can profit on that retracement are those algorithms that are playing a shorter time series. Maybe there's someone playing the 40-minute, the 20, the 15-minute, the 5, the 10-minute. You gotta understand, there's people, institutions will play those very low time series because if they profit 2 to 5 pips, they're moving, 10, 20, 30, 40 lots at a time. So they're playing the higher frequency game. As retail traders, we don't necessarily play that game unless, I don't know, maybe you are a baller controlling 20 lots. Focused. Focused. So at this point, it's a waiting game. We're waiting for this fib level to burst through, and blah blah blah. Mason, what up? That 1410 is a level. Let me explain, guys. That 1410 level has been, paramount in terms of controlling a lot of price. Yeah, don't worry about that. A lot of people do Forex trades, unfortunately, but I'm seeing a retracement gonna occur, guys. And then most likely, you guys, have you ever met my cat? This is Max, my ginger cat behind me. You know why my cat's here? Because he's hungry. He's hungry, like we're hungry for pips. You gotta be hungry. Gotta be hungry. He's the CEO, the COO, right? You've never seen an animal love food as much as this. 4,400 up for the day. Mason fucking killing it. Mason, you realize that that's pretty much outperforming most of the traders at these trading units and banks, right? Nice place. Suzanne, how are you? Welcome to the room. We are currently killing some pips. We are currently showing the prophets. The prophets. So, you know, blah. I hate these SIG levels because the only thing worse than having price go against you is knowing where the price is supposed to go and knowing that you just have to sit on your hands and wait for it. It's like seeing a car crash in slow motion where it's like you're just waiting for the end of it. So guys, if you're just popping in the room, we've been long since the 1363. So right now we're technically up 30 pips. I want money. Show me the money. Just getting started up in this shit, baby. Woo! Just getting started. Give me a minute. I'm just getting started up in it. I love it. I love those lyrics. Guys, I see all these people listening to, like, hip-hop and lyrics that are just negative, right? Live rate right now is 13.93. But you got to always be careful of what you let into your mind. Your subconscious replays everything, whether it's sound, whether it's visual, auditory, visual stimulation. Your subconscious replays that whether you know it or not. So if you're listening to negative shit, only negative shit can come from it. Jevons, you can do that and still take pips from the market, man. You can do this shit in pip. We do this shit in pip on a regular basis, baby. We win. We win whether we're on the John or off the John. There's still winning occurring. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Forex markets are still going to be going if you're on the John. Hashtag shit and pip. That's a good one, Eddie. I like that. Hashtag shit and pip. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ahmad, what's up? Man, I want this 1410. I want this 1410. It's likely not to be a straight line, though. I'll tell you that much. Shit is not going to be a straight line. At the most, we've got 2 to 3 more candles of gain on the upside. And whether or not a retracement happens before then depends on order flow. Depends on order flow. If we can push through this morning. If we can push through the 1400 level with some force, we may get less of a retracement. I like to see a nice stepwise gain to the price levels. That doesn't always occur though. And let me tell you, when we hit the 1400 level again in the Euro USD, we're likely to get a retracement down to the SIG level. That 1388.89 SIG level, we get the retracement. That's where the big money likely comes into the market to go long again. Fucking play-by-play. Hashtag play-by-play. John Madden, where you at? Where you at, John? John Madden's doing pretty well, by the way. Boom, 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 boom. No problem if you're new to this. We're trading the Euro USD cross. That's currency trading. Alright, so we're talking about trading currencies. If you're new to that world, babypips.com is a great place to get the basics down so you understand exactly what the terminology and the baseline knowledge is in terms of trading this market. It's a free website. You can go on there. If you spend a week on Baby Pips and then you come back, you'll have a grasp of the terminology and what we're trying to accomplish in terms of pitting one currency versus another and attempting to capture alpha in that situation. Bam, baby, bam. Slow price movement I do not like. No me gusta. I like this song, man. So Prime is currently still long, and this is what I call the sleeper. The sleeper. This is like the trade where it's just you're waiting. You kind of have an idea of what's going to happen even before the algo calls it, but price movement is price movement. You gotta, even though you may see a pattern, you have to wait for it to emerge. Like I said, as traders, we're trying to hop a wave and surf the wave. We can do nothing to affect the wave. Our money going in and out of the market does not affect the Forex market. It's way too big. Liquidity is always maximized in the Forex market. And so all we can hope to do is estimate or statistically determine what the moves of the larger players are, and then we hop on that. The larger players control everything. The banks, the institutions, the hedge funds, the fund of funds, the endowment funds, the pension funds, anybody who's in the market that's throwing the billions around are the ones who are controlling the movement. Hello, good morning. Good morning from the US. It is currently 10:20 a.m. on the East Coast. I am in New Jersey, not too far from where most of this shit is going down. It's a sleeper trade, baby. It's going to take a while to get past the 1400 level. I'm going to tell you that. Predictions for the next week, the Euro-USD pair. Good question. I don't try to predict because I use an algorithm that does the predictions for me. Nice. But I will tell you this. When it comes to predictions, predictions are extremely hard. The further out, if we say right now is time t, okay? We're basically looking at this mathematically. Right now is time t. The further out in the future you go from time t, right now, the less of a chance of your predictions being correct. Okay? You have less of a chance. So tomorrow I would be able to make a great prediction. My prediction is the markets will be closed tomorrow. I can get that right 100%. Monday, I can't tell you what's going to happen Monday. Tuesday, my chances of predicting Tuesday are even less than Monday. Same thing with Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so forth. So when people come in the room and they say, what's your prediction to happen next month? It's impossible to say. It's impossible to say. Anyone who tells you that they can predict it is full of shit. Because you cannot equate the quantitative aspect of volatility in terms of terrorist events, tsunamis, earthquakes. You know, you cannot predict anything like that in terms of having a statistical basis. Of course, there are actuaries and hedge funds that try to do that and, you know, use the stars and the alignment of the universe of whatever to have a trading methodology. But I just like using FX Prime because it just hands out pips on a daily basis. So my concern is primarily with today and primarily with the current candle. We just hit the 1400 level, and are we going to go to 1410? That's the only thing I care about. Next week is essentially irrelevant because the probability of having a correct play is almost nil anyways. But the probability of having a correct play on this particular candle in the market, FX Prime does that very, very well, better than anything else I've ever seen or anyone else I've ever heard. I put a standing call out to every Forex mentor. You don't have to beat me. Just take half of what I take in terms of pips on a daily basis, and I will come online on the Periscope and pump you up to all my viewers. And so far, no one's taken that call yet. I just keep putting it out there. I'm going to keep putting it out there every single day. All right, we're at 1401. Alright, hold on. I gotta get some different music here. Get some different music in the house. In the house. So the question is, yes, Eddie, 1410 is the level that we're looking at. Okay? Cool J Rod, nice. Nice. Live is 1401, yes. Now, in terms of your exit, you got to understand 1410 is the level that the bid and ask are hovering around. So you're going to want to place your exit probably at 1408. All right? Unless the algorithm goes short before then, your exit is going to be at 1408. No problem, man. No problem. Mason, what are you complaining about? You already took your pips, baby. I never even heard this Biggie song, but we're going to bump it. I love, you are killing it, bro. Guys, Mason slaughtered, it was a slaughterhouse for Mason. I like this. So once again, guys, yeah, candlestick boners happening, man. Candlestick boners. So your exit should be at the 1408 level unless the algorithm turns around. The game of patience, baby. Proceed as if success is inevitable. Love it. I like it. So this channel on YouTube is called Chill Masters. I like it. Dancer, what's up? This 1400 level trying to contain us. This 1400 level trying to contain the price movement. Let's try this.
Red Link here for Good Mythical More. Our friends at M&M's are celebrating their 75th anniversary, so we teamed up to
Commercial,
create
can't have that. Alright, so this 1400, once again, being a stubborn level. If you go back and you look at the fib level, 1400, going back, you know, into last week even, price tried to hover through this level. Alright, you know, I'm surprised that we didn't burst through this level more. So it may actually be the next candle that we take out or make our attempt to take out the 1410 or next 2 candles. So unfortunately, this may be a slow process and not entirely worth watching. But this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to hop offline real quick. I have to feed my cats before they start ripping up my apartment. And when you're hungry, you start just destroying everything in your path. We all have to start thinking like lions. A hungry lion destroys everything in its path until it gets what it's looking for. And in this case, we eat pips. So this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to hop back online if there is a reversal from Prime to give you the exit. Right now, your exit should be placed between 1405 and 1408. Alright? And if the position does reverse, I'm going to hop on the scope and tell you guys to get out. Understood? But I think everybody that hopped on this play should be in profits by quite a bit. Make sense? All right, I'll be right back, guys. Probably about 10 minutes either way. And if anything occurs in that time, I'm still just gonna hop on the scope and give you guys the exit really quick. Thank you, DS. If you guys want to hop on the beta for the alert system, which is going to give you text alerts telling you when the algorithm is actually taking the longs and the shorts of each trade. Came in left early. Cool. You can send me an email, info@fitbusinessman.com. Tell me your Periscope username. Thank you, Eddie, for posting that. Tell me your Periscope username and give me a paragraph introduction as to where you are in your trading journey, just so I know what you guys are up to and what level you're starting at. So we have a proper introduction and I know what kind of attention you guys need going forward, alright? I'll be right back.